All right. Hello and welcome everyone back to the Collective Minds podcast. I tell you, it's really interesting when you put these out 15, 20, 25 minutes out and, just to let everyone know it's coming. You'll have a bunch of people just sitting in there for like the first 5 of that wait time, just hoping it starts, I guess, or they didn't see the time. So let's start, on time right now. Thank you everyone for coming. This is going to be a short one, 2 topics here for you. Going to break them down tomorrow into 2 different short videos. So for other people who, want those topics, you actually are getting the topic with the thumbnail and you're just there for a short period of time figuring out what you want to learn about. So let's go ahead and share this screen. So first up here, a lot of you have probably not heard about this one actually. So I live in Oregon and we just got our voters pamphlets the other day. I'm scrolling through it, the first couple pages are just the, like glossary. Well, anyway, get to the very first set of competitors going on here, and it shows the presidents. Donald Trump and his VP are not in this booklet. So I go, what? My wife tells me that she actually knows a lady that called in, and they said it was because he didn't meet the deadline in May, is what Salem, a call to, the capital of Oregon, that's what they said. So looked it up, found an article. But yes, so you get your voters pamphlets that tells you like their statement. It says who's going to be on the ballot, which if this is all true, I understand, but I still have one problem with it. So why is Donald Trump not in Oregon voters pamphlet? Secretary of State explains. Now people will go, oh gosh, Oregon, it's blue, no matter who. Of course, both coasts are. If you look at it, left and right side of the, continental U.S. here is blue. Wonder why. And I mean, look around. So Oregon with Portland and everything, the whole world knows that Portland is a shit show. Oregonians are tired of that. They're tired of the games. They really are. But there's something funky going on there. Every time. It's like, can these people be that stupid? Of course. We see videos of them all the time on the internet. The far left is very extremely stupid, delusional. They're insane. There's just not that many of them, though, when it comes down to it. So there's some funky stuff going on in, the coast. It just shows. Why would all the crazy people, only crazy people like the oceans? It's wild. So, as the Oregonian, Oregon Live, reported last month, former President Donald Trump did not submit a statement for Oregon's voters pamphlet, which is arriving in homes now. He will appear, however, on the ballot. The voters pamphlet is widely distributed with nearly 2 million mailed to households ahead of elections. So, us Oregonians, that's kind of how we do it. It's like your guide through it, like who's who and what's what. Because when you do vote, a lot of the times you don't know who half the people are you're voting for. So that's why we do it. Well, anyway, Trump's not on there. It's interesting. Let's see. Trump chose not to. Candidates don't have to appear in the pamphlet, and Trump chose not to. The Oregon Secretary of State said on social media last week. Why do they always do it on social media? It's like, get your news here first now. It's because they're afraid of doing it face to face. Here's the actual post here. The Trump campaign chose not to participate. It was not an admission by officials. Trump Vance will still be on your ballot. The GOP clarified this in May. The decision not to submit a statement for the voters pamphlet was made by the Trump campaign, which is wild, right? Because who doesn't know former President Donald Trump? Oregon took a lot of these illegal aliens. A lot of them are going to be voting. Whether they'll admit it or not, it's true. So if they don't have a picture and a guy to look at and go, I know him, that's who I'll vote for. A lot of like undereducated people with their votes. That's how they do it. Oh, I heard of this person. Y'all remember being that young, huh? So there's a video from Libs of TikTok. Looks like they actually talked about it. Let's see if I can play that video. Let's see. No, it's not going to pop up. Okay. Let's go. Just keep reading. It's pretty short. Trump also declined to supply a statement for Oregon's voters pamphlet ahead of the May May primary. Trump's campaign did not immediately respond to a request for comment about why it declined to submit a statement for the pamphlet. The Oregon Secretary's of State office said that the state repeatedly reached out to the Trump campaign and to the Oregon GOP to make sure it was aware of the August 27th deadline to submit a statement, but received no response. Very interesting. And it goes on, I think it was only, what, $3,000 to do that? Why would they do that? Or is it more likely they made it a little too difficult and Trump's a little too busy in court? But his team could have done it. 4 presidential candidates do appear in the pamphlet. So this is where they went with it. And she's like right there. So it shows the actual, not in the pamphlet, but the actual vote is going to have Kamala right on top. 4 presidential candidates do appear on the pamphlet. Democratic nominee Kamala Harris, Chase Oliver, a libertarian, so you got to explain that, Jill Stein of the Pacific Green Party, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who qualified for Oregon's ballot by establishing a new minorities party called We the People. Kennedy will appear on Oregon's ballot despite dropping out of the race in August and endorsing Trump. See, it doesn't matter in my mind. It shouldn't matter. This is to inform the people, right? Is that he should still be on there. His name, whether there's a picture, whether there's a statement, his name should still be there. And that's what I think. But it's not on there like, oh, these are your only options, right? And I think that the left is kind of going to be looking at that, the ones, that don't look into anything very hard and going, see, he can't even vote. Or you can't even vote for him. He can't even run. We can't even vote for him. It's weird. But y'all can let me know down in the comments about that one. I think it's weird. I think it's sus as hell. But on to the next one. I'm sure you guys have all heard about the third possible assassination attempt of Donald Trump. Coming at you straight from CNN, federal officials say Trump was not in danger after man arrested with illegal weapons near campaign rally in California. So I pull up CNN because this is the propaganda. This is the bullshit. It's missing half the story here. A man was arrested on state gun charges Saturday near Donald Trump's rally in California, but the former president was not in any danger. The U.S. Secretary of Service said in a joint statement with the FBI and the Department of Justice. This is the same CNN that when the first assassination attempt, when he got shot in the ear, they said he tripped. That was the first report of it. Tripped and hurt himself. The man, who authorities say was illegally possessing a shotgun, a loaded handgun, and a high-capacity magazine, was able to gain access to an initial perimeter near the rally in Coachella. Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco said Sunday. That's not the only thing this guy says, and we're going to get into that in just 1 second. The actual article. Once the man, identified by the sheriff as 49-year-old Bem Miller of Las Vegas, made it to the second perimeter, authorities realized some irregularities. Bianco said the interior of the car was in disarray. The vehicle was unregistered and it had a fake license plate, according to Bianco. Miller was in possession of multiple driver's licenses and passports with different names. It is unclear why Miller was in the area, the sheriff said, claimed to be a journalist to gain entry into the rally. So he wasn't a journalist. Had a pass to be. Miller was taken into custody before Trump's rally and charged with firearm offenses. He was later released on only a $5,000 bail, which is what, $500 that he actually has to pay. CNN has repeatedly tried to reach Miller for comment. He is expected to appear in court on January 2nd, according to his jail records. He denies any claims of attempting to harm Trump, telling Fox News Digital on Sunday that he reported the guns to authorities at the checkpoint to enter the rally and that he always travels with the weapons. He said he is 100% a Trump supporter. So, and then he has a Rumble account. It's funny because these other 2 guys didn't have anything on social media, and we were talking about their video game online chat accounts. Secret Service, U.S. Attorney's Office, and FBI said in their joint statements that while no federal arrest has been made at this time, the investigation is ongoing, and that the agencies extend their gratitude to the deputies and local partners who helped ensure the safety of last night's events. The Trump campaign on Sunday thanked law enforcement for securing the rally site and helping ensure the safety of the president. Seems like a warning. Let's jump over here. Oh, and we're still on that first one. So anyway, didn't need to see that article. Let's jump to this article that actually has the video. Up to right there. I don't need to see their BS propaganda anyway. All right, I'm going to play this video and then we'll read through it.
The firearms charges is what we arrested him for and booked him on. Anything further will come from the federal government. And quite frankly, I don't know if we will be a part of that.
Smarter rethinks your cyber defenses. Stay ahead of
Wayfair helps all of us create a home we love.
The Wayfair vibe at our place, Western.
But we all got our own thing.
Drama.
Glamour.
Gardening.
In the Wayborhood, there's a place for all of us.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
So that outside perimeter are the, I will give you his name. The name that we have, and I'm going to put an asterisk by it as I explain this later, but we have his name as Vem, V-E-M, Miller, M-I-L-L-E-R. He was released. He will have to further his court case is in the future. Right now, we are actively engaged in working with Secret Service and the FBI to ensure that this person is followed up on and all of the information that they can gather. I can tell you that from my perspective, from a state law enforcement agency's perspective, the firearms charges is what we arrested him for and booked him on. Anything further will come from the federal government. And quite frankly, I don't know if we will be a part of that.
Wayfair helps all of us create a home we love.
The Wayfair vibe at our place, Western.
But we all got our own thing.
Drama.
Glamour.
Gardening.
In the Wayborhood, there's a place for all of us.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Yeah, the
Literally made me watch that commercial. Would not pause it. All right, so here's the actual report, right? Local cops arrested an armed man outside a Donald Trump rally in California on Saturday. And the local sheriff has doubled down on claims that a third assassination attempt was prevented, even though he let the suspect walk after posting a meager bail for gun charges. So CNN can say what they want. The sheriff, I mean, he's in law enforcement. It's what he believes, everything he's seen. I truly do believe he prevented another assassination attempt, Chad Bianco said. Day after suspect Van Miller was arrested at a checkpoint outside Trump's rally in Coachella Valley. So this is a day after he gives this report, meaning that CNN knows that this was said. They're just covering it up. So that's the difference between what's actually happening and what you're being told. Miller, 49, was caught at a police checkpoint, allegedly trying to enter the rally with a phony press pass. When cops noticed his car was unregistered, they searched the vehicle and discovered a cache of fake passports and driver's licenses, along with a shotgun, a loaded handgun, and a high-capacity magazine, officials said. That screams shooter. I mean, it screams criminal. Definitely shooter, too. He was soon booked on weapons charges and sprung after posting $5,000 bail. But the sheriff turned around and told the Riverside Press Enterprise that his department had all but saved Trump's life. Federal agencies, however, appear to disagree. There's a picture of the guy, Ben Miller. It says he was caught about a quarter mile from the rally. But yeah, he had fake press passes, fake VIP passes, fake IDs, fake passports, unregistered illegal guns, unregistered vehicle with fake plates. That's who this guy was. Tell me this was not something weird without telling me this was something weird, right? Says the Secret Service believes it's unlikely Miller was attempting to assassinate the president. Then what the hell was he doing? And the FBI is not investigating it as such. Of course they're not. Why would they investigate themselves again? Just to tell us the same BS story that they already did. Sources told the Post, noting Miller is a member of an anti-government far-right group and probably had the weapons for personal defense alone. The Secret Service later said Trump wasn't at risk during the rally. Then why was he trying to sneak in? I mean, because he just doesn't want to provide his information. That's crazy, dude. After the first 2 assassination attempts, no one's going to go in there in good faith trying to pretend to be someone they're not. Unregistered, illegal firearms. You're just not. I mean, I get if it was, someone that just doesn't want to be part of the whole system, but they're going to be like, I'm going to stand not here. They're not going to try to go in. I mean, if this guy really was a Trump supporter, he now looks like the biggest non-Trump supporter, like red flag, storm the Capitol kind of guy. The Secret Service later said Trump was not at risk during the rally. U.S. Secret Service assesses that the incident did not impact protective operations and former President Trump was not in any danger. That's because the sheriff took care of that for you, buddies. The agency and the FBI said in a joint statement, while no federal arrest has been made at this time, the investigation is ongoing, but the FBI said they're not investigating it as that. Miller reportedly asked for a lawyer after the FBI tried to interview him and briefly told reporters that claims he was an assassin were complete bullshit. So who knows? Absolutely insane. It's weird. If we are that politically lost that we have lost sight of common sense and reality and reasons that we can't say, oh, this is for him. Holy crap, what did he show up with all that stuff for? And I'm going to be accused of being dramatic. We have a serious, serious problem in this country because it's common sense and reason. That was the sheriff. Bianco noted that any charges having to do with an assassination attempt would be handled by federal authorities and not his office, and that he was working with both the Secret Service and the FBI. It sounds like the sheriff is trying to push it. Get this guy on something big because he was obviously there for something big. Miller has an extensive history of petty run-ins with the law, sources said, and appears to be a member of the sovereign citizens movement, which makes sense. That's what I was trying to think of earlier. If he was a sovereign citizen, he wouldn't try to... I mean, they stand on their rights. So if you're illegally trying to force me to give you my information, not going to happen. But if I'm going to push through your barricade there where it says I have to give it to you, they stay away from that kind of stuff. They don't want to be a part of it. That's what's confusing about this. But it's a good cover-up to the regular person. The FBI calls the group anti-government extremists who maintain that while they physically reside in this country, they remain separate or sovereign from the United States. Absolutely. In addition to trying to flout taxes in the court system, the FBI noted sovereign citizens are particularly opposed to traffic stops, to the point that one 25-year-old armed member was gunned down in 2023 after refusing to comply during a Utah traffic stop. He's a registered Republican, has a master's degree from UCLA, and in 2022 ran for the Nevada State Assembly. The Press Enterprise reported he also appears to own a California-based CBD company and is California-based. Yeah, nothing screams Republican more like a California-based CBD company. Oh, misogynistic rhetoric. There you go. Oh, my God. And they're trying to cover it up. Absolutely insane. So let us know what you think about this one. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you. He could have been, because they're like, oh, the copycats and stuff. And I think that those first two were definitely pushed by elites. It was all set up perfectly. This guy could quite possibly be just a regular Joe, actually, that tried to do something. But that sheriff knows. He's been doing it forever. So let us know what you think down in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, share. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.